Welcome to the Master English Speaking Podcast. I'm your host, Tom, and I'm super excited to be here with my amazing co-host, Emma, today. How are you doing, Emma?
I'm doing great, Tom. Thanks. So happy to be back with all of you, our wonderful listeners. And I'm really looking forward to today's topic because it's something I think so many English learners struggle with.
Absolutely, Emma. Today we're going to talk about a really powerful idea, something that can totally change how you think about learning English and, more importantly, how you actually use it. Our topic is, English fluency is not knowledge, it's execution.
That's such a crucial point, Tom. I mean, think about it. How many people do we know, or maybe even are ourselves, who have studied English for years? They know all the grammar rules, they have a big vocabulary, they can read complex texts, but when it comes to actually speaking, it's like a wall. They just freeze up.
Exactly. It's a common story. People spend so much time in classrooms, memorizing words, understanding sentence structures, passing exams with high scores. They know English, right? But then, when a native speaker asks them a simple question, they might struggle to form a basic answer. The words are there, the grammar knowledge is there, but the ability to produce it quickly and naturally isn't.
And that's where the execution part comes in. It's like learning to ride a bicycle. You can read all the books about how to balance, how to pedal, how to steer. You can watch videos, understand the physics of it, but until you actually get on that bike and start trying, falling, and trying again, you'll never really learn to ride it. Knowing about cycling isn't the same as doing cycling.
That's a fantastic analogy, Emma. It really highlights the difference. So many learners treat English like an academic subject, like math or history, where the goal is to accumulate information. But speaking a language is a skill, like playing a musical instrument or playing a sport. You can know all the notes on a piano, but if you don't practice playing them, you'll never be able to play a song.
Right. Or think about a soccer player. They know the rules, they know where the goal is, they know how to kick a ball in theory. But a truly great player is great because they practice daily. They execute those skills over and over. They learn to react fast, to make decisions in a split second, to pass and shoot without thinking about each individual muscle movement.
That's it. That without thinking part is key for fluency. When you're fluent in English, you're not translating in your head from your native language. You're not thinking, okay, what's the past tense of go? Oh, it's went. You just say went. It flows out of you because you've executed it so many times that it's become automatic. It's built muscle memory, but for your brain and mouth.
Exactly. So what does this mean for our listeners? It means you need to shift your focus. Instead of always trying to learn more grammar rules or more vocabulary lists, you need to actively use what you already know, even if it's imperfect, even if it's just a few simple sentences.
A huge part of this is overcoming the fear of making mistakes. This is, honestly, the biggest barrier for so many people. They're afraid to sound silly, or to be misunderstood, or to be corrected. But mistakes are not failures. They are learning opportunities. Every time you make a mistake, you're one step closer to getting it right next time.
Think of babies learning their first language. Do they worry about grammar? Do they worry about sounding perfect? No. They babble, they try to imitate, they make all sorts of mistakes, but they keep trying. And guess what? Eventually they speak perfectly. They execute. They don't just know the language, they do it.
Right. So, what are some practical ways our listeners can start executing more? Because just speak can sound a bit overwhelming when you're feeling nervous.
Great question. One simple way is to start talking to yourself. I know it sounds a little crazy, but it really works. Describe your day as you're doing things. I'm making coffee now. The water is boiling. I need to add sugar. Narrate your life in English. This builds that internal habit of forming sentences.
Oh, that's excellent advice, Emma. I do that sometimes even in my native language, just to organize my thoughts. And it's a no-pressure environment. No one's there to judge you. You're just practicing that mental to verbal pathway.
Exactly. Another way is to find a language partner. It could be someone else learning English, or even better, a native speaker if you can find one. The key is to commit to speaking regularly. Even if it's just for 15-20 minutes, a few times a week, that consistent execution is far more valuable than studying grammar for hours once a month.
And don't forget about immersion. Even if you can't travel, surround yourself with English. Listen to podcasts like ours. And hey, while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to the Master English Speaking podcast so you don't miss any of our future episodes. Listen to music, watch movies and TV shows in English, even without subtitles at first, or with English subtitles. This trains your ears to understand the rhythm, the intonation, and the natural flow of the language.
Yes, absolutely. And don't be afraid to imitate. Shadowing is a fantastic technique. Listen to a short phrase from a podcast or a movie, and then try to say it exactly the same way, with the same speed, the same intonation, the same stress. You're not just repeating words, you're practicing the melody of the language. This directly impacts your pronunciation and makes your speech sound much more natural.
Shadowing is so powerful because it bypasses that mental block. You're not thinking about what to say, you're just focusing on how to say it. It builds that automaticity. And speaking of automaticity, another common trap is what I call perfection paralysis.
Oh, tell me about it. That's when you wait until you know everything before you start speaking, right? Which, let's be honest, never happens. You'll never know everything in any language, even your native one.
Exactly. You're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect vocabulary, the perfect grammar. And that moment never arrives. The only way to get better at speaking is to start speaking. It doesn't have to be perfect. The goal in the beginning is communication, not perfection. Can the other person understand you? Great. That's a win.
And this leads to a really important point about active versus passive learning. Reading and listening are passive activities. They build your knowledge base, which is important, but they don't directly build your speaking skill. Speaking and writing are active. They force you to execute, to retrieve information, to form thoughts into words. You need both, but for fluency, you need more active output.
It's like a chef learning to cook. They can read cookbooks all day long. That's passive learning. But until they actually get into the kitchen, chop vegetables, saute ingredients, and cook a meal, they won't become a chef. They need to execute the recipes. And they'll probably burn a few things at first, right?
Definitely. And that's okay. It's part of the process. So for our listeners, when you think about your English learning journey, ask yourself, am I spending enough time doing English? Or am I just learning about English? Are you actively trying to express yourself, even if it feels difficult at first?
I think a great starting point if you're feeling overwhelmed is to pick one small thing to execute each day. Maybe it's describing your morning routine out loud in English. Maybe it's sending a short voice message to a friend in English. Or maybe it's just trying to order your coffee in English if you have the chance.
Small steps, consistently, add up to huge progress. It's not about doing a big, perfect speech once a month. It's about doing small, imperfect speaking exercises every single day. That's how you build momentum and turn knowledge into fluid execution.
And remember, fluency isn't about being perfect. It's about being able to communicate effectively and confidently without excessive pauses or difficulty. It's about getting your message across smoothly. It's about connecting with people.
Yes, and that confidence comes directly from execution. The more you speak, the more comfortable you become. The more comfortable you become, the more natural you sound. It's a beautiful cycle that only begins when you take that first step to actually use the English you're learning.
So our main takeaway for today, everyone, is to move beyond just gathering knowledge. Knowledge is your foundation, but execution is the building itself. Start applying what you know. Don't wait for perfection. Just speak.
Embrace the mistakes, embrace the process, and you'll be amazed at how quickly your fluency improves. It's all about consistent action. And we truly hope this episode has given you some clear ideas on how to start that journey.
Thank you so much for joining us today on the Master English Speaking podcast. It's always a pleasure, Emma, discussing these vital topics with you.
Always, Tom. And to all our listeners, remember to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on future episodes packed with tips and insights to help you master English speaking. Keep executing, keep speaking, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye for now, everyone.